Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're gonna do a classic, good old-fashioned shop my stash video. I needed to get ready today and I thought it would be fun to use some products that I haven't used in forever. I have become such a creature of habit. I've been doing my makeup the same way every single day, and on days where I deviate from my basic everyday makeup routine, I always end up just reaching for the same few items to kind of amp things up. I have so much makeup and I would love to go through it all and just create something fun and different that I haven't worn in ages with you guys. I have no idea what kind of look I'm gonna make. I've just been looking down here, looking at everything, trying to come up with a game plan. I think we're gonna just take each step, one step at a time, let the makeup speak to me and tell me what to use and how to use it. So let's get started. I've already done my skincare and I've been using a new hyaluronic acid serum, which is this one from Vichy, the Mineral 89 Booster Quotidien. What is that word? Oh, that is French. Fortifying and Plumping Daily Booster. I've been finding that this just takes a little bit of time to sink into the skin. So to prevent it from peeling, I'm just gonna let it soak into the skin a little bit longer before we disturb it, which means I'm gonna start with my eye makeup today. The other two products that I prepped my skin with are the two that I always use when I'm going for a more full coverage look, which are the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum and the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Okay, let's start with the eyes. I'm gonna prime my eyelids with my same old eyeshadow primer, guys, because I only have one eyeshadow primer, okay? This is the Laura Mercier Eye Basics Eye Base in the color Linen. So I really have not been wearing eyeshadow very often these days, maybe just a couple times a week for a date night, or if I'm going to work on a client. So anytime I've been doing eyeshadow, I've been reaching for the same eyeshadow palettes. The Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, which I love, and then if I'm ever feeling like a little bit more color, I always reach for this one, the ABH Primrose palette. There's some beautiful kind of pink tone shades in here, and I'm always drawn to pinks. I think they are very flattering on me. So we're not gonna use either of those today. I'm thinking I go for a classic palette. Maybe this old Charlotte Tilbury one. This is the Icon palette. This was my favorite palette for so long. It's got such a nice variety of colors and neutrals, but a lot of the shades in here are shimmers. There's really only two matte shades, so it can sometimes be hard to build a look with. Or I can pull out this guy, an oldie but a goodie. If you guys were here watching makeup videos in 2020, I was using this palette in like every single video. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. The eyeshadows in here are the best quality eyeshadows I've ever encountered. I have a couple of her other smaller palettes and the eyeshadows in here are good, but they are nothing compared to the ones in this Metropolis palette. You know what, there's so many colors in here and I'm feeling like being creative today a little bit. So I'm thinking we're gonna go Metropolis palette. And I don't know if I'm feeling more of like these blues or these greens. I love the greens in this palette, they're so stunning, but I haven't put blue eyeshadow on my face in many, many, many years. And I don't know, for some reason they're just speaking to me. And that's like the goal of today's video, is just to go with what is speaking to me. So let's go blue, shall we? There are two dark navy blue eyeshadows in this palette, which I feel like are kind of a waste. Honestly, really don't need both of those in one palette. And then there's also this nice kind of metallic brighter blue and this more turquoisey blue. So those are kind of the colors that I have to choose from today. This is coming off a little bit more green, I think, so we're gonna play in this area. So just to get us started, I'm gonna put down a color to kind of transition and blend everything into. So I'm gonna use this one here and start to shape out the space where I'm going to build the rest of my look around. I haven't filmed with this camera forever. I feel like you guys are so close to me because with my other camera, my other lens, it's a wide angle, so I'm always like further away from the camera. I'm feeling so up close and personal with you. Hi, hello. I'm starting to overheat. I put on this cutie little brown cardigan, but I think we may be past sweater weather, at least when we're indoors. Okay, so I don't want to complicate things too much. I think I'm going to go straight in with this shimmery blue. I don't even know if I've ever used this color before. It kind of looks untouched. And I'm going to pat that right onto the lid. Whoa. See that pigmentation? This is with a fluffy brush. That's crazy. These shadows are so nice. Okay, I'm being pretty precise with where I'm placing this because we don't want to go too hectic and crazy with our blending when we're using such an intense color all over the lid like this. I'm talking to myself mostly as I say that because I can tend to just throw things on willy-nilly and blend and get them how I want them afterwards, but that's definitely not the approach with this kind of color. There's so much fallout happening underneath here. It is a very good thing that we did not start with our foundation today. Before I add in any other colors, I'm gonna take the same brush that I used to apply the first shade that we put down, and I'm gonna see how these two colors blend together. They're pretty far from one another in terms of tone and depth, so it's very likely that I'll need a third color to blend them more seamlessly, but let's see if I can blend the two together and create that third color without needing to add in more. Using super gentle motions. We're doing both back and forth and circles. Okay, that honestly worked a lot better than I was expecting it to. They blended really nicely together. I mean, it's just the magic of Natasha Denona, isn't it? Those two colors absolutely should not blend into one another, but somehow they do. This one definitely worked out better. This one over here is a little patchy. I think we're gonna go with it. So what I was thinking I would do next is take this dark navy or this dark navy, whichever one, and kind of use it to smoke along the lash line and kind of out into more of a wing shape on the outer corner here. But I really like how the bright blue looks on the inner corner. So I'm thinking I'm either gonna take this and darken the outer corner to make more of a cat eye effect with my shadow, or I'll just add a tiny little wing just on the outer corner with the dark navy and do it a little bit more thinner and precise and less like blended out, like I was kind of initially thinking I would do. Or leave it as is. It's such a pretty color. I feel like it looks so good on its own. I don't really want to mess with it. Okay, let's do a little bit. Just for the fun of the video, for the sake of the fact that you guys are tuning in here, I'm gonna take, I don't know which one. There's two navies in here. Let's do this one because it looks like I've used it less often. Maybe I've never even used it and just stuck my finger in it a bunch. Okay, I've got this on an angled liner brush, and I'm gonna draw on a little wing. It looks great. Okay, good. Yay. Kind of love it. It's so simple, but I was thinking I have this silver eyeshadow from Annabelle. It's a really interesting texture. It's kind of flaky and creamy at the same time. I was thinking I might just take a little bit of this and add it right in here to the inner corner. Yeah, it's got such a nice reflect to it. It's got a little bit of shimmer. I'm really obsessed with this shadow and I would love to get it in other colors if I needed any more eyeshadows. I don't really let myself buy eyeshadow anymore because I have so many and I'll never get through them all, but I would love more of these. So if you guys are in the market for some super affordable, really cool, really beautiful eyeshadows. I don't know what these are. The Chrome shadows from Annabelle, which is like a Canadian brand, I think. They're so pretty. They're so good. I highly recommend. Oh my god, that looks so good. I'm so happy I did that. Wow. One thing about a YouTube video is it's never going to be able to capture sparkle in an eyeshadow look the way that you want it to, but I promise you guys that looks so good. Okay, so we need some mascara. And I actually have a new one to try. I did make a second order from the Sephora sale. If you guys saw my little Sephora sale haul, I mentioned I was trying to only do one this year. But I ended up running out of my Urban Decay all-nighter and I needed more. So I had to go on there to buy one in the sale, of course. And then while I was there, I remembered I needed a nude eyeliner for my makeup kit, so I got that as well. And then I did get something fun to try, a new mascara. This is the Bad Gal Bounce. I used to use the original Bad Gal mascara when I was in high school because I was a bad gal. Or I like to think of myself as one. And I would go in between every single class and add more mascara and redo my black water rimmed eyeliner, and just by the end of the day have so much mascara and so much eyeliner on. What a time. This is throwing me back to that, but they came out with a new one, Bad Gal Bounce. I got the color Pumped Up Black and it looks like this. And I'm actually going to film a short video trying this out. So if you guys want to see me try this out for the first time, you can definitely pop on over to my Instagram and catch the review over there. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, mascara is on. The mascara first impression turned out pretty well. They're really nice and fluffy. I really, really love a fluffy separated lash, so I'm excited about this. That portion of my eye makeup is done. I think we're okay to move on to a little bit of foundation. I'm quite fair, so my foundation choices will be limited by that. I think the only two foundations that will really match me at this skin tone are this Clé de Peau Light Medium Buff Tint Fluid Matte. This might even be too dark for me at the moment. And then the lightest foundation that I have is my Merit Complexion Stick in the color Cream. So I think I'll just let the shade match decide. That's probably gonna be it. That's nearly perfect. But let's just try a little bit of the Clé de Peau just to see. Yeah. Definitely a little bit too dark and peachy for me now. When I get a little bit of sun, this Clé de Peau one always works nicely for me, but we're gonna go with the Merit, which actually I was hoping the Clé de Peau would work because I'm feeling like more of a matte foundation look today, and this Merit one is more natural glowy, but that's okay. I can just set everything with powder to get more of the matte look that I so desire. I don't know, I woke up with a few little breakouts this morning and I haven't had breakouts in so long, so I'm kind of sad about it, and I just felt like a nice full coverage matte foundation was just gonna come in and save the day, but alas. Let's go ahead with the more natural option. This is my new Smith 115 foundation brush that I got for Christmas from Will. I've been using it instead of a beauty blender, which you guys know is kind of crazy for me. I love a beauty blender, especially when I'm using a more liquid foundation. Like if I'm ever reaching for foundation these days, I've been going for my Lancome, of course. It's a little bit too dark for me now, but it's totally fine. And normally with a foundation like that, I would always go in with my beauty blender. But yeah, I've been using a brush lately. It just blends everything in so quick and easy. It's just, yeah, it's so fast. This Merit foundation is so amazing at covering up redness and making the skin look really nice and uniform without looking heavy. Like it just looks like skin. Man, I've got some dry skin building up in the center of my brows here. I need to exfoliate, which I have been doing regularly, but obviously not enough. And as I said, I am just feeling like going a little bit more full coverage today, so we're gonna build up the coverage on that foundation with some concealer. I've got 3 concealers in my collection. The Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, which is my favorite. This is too dark for me now. I've got the Makeup by Mario, which I do really like underneath the eyes. This is the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer. When my skin is this color, that's like the only time this works for me, so we're definitely going to use this today. And then to add a little bit of coverage to the areas of my face where I need it, I'm going to use the Sephora Best Skin Ever. This is in the shade 15.5. And this concealer is going to be a little bit darker, but it's going to work out just fine. I love this Best Skin Ever concealer for concealing on the face, but it does not work around the eyes. I never really have problems with concealer settling into fine lines around my eyes, but this one does that so bad. So I just use this one to spot conceal the face, and then I'll go in with the Mario under the eyes. And because it's such a light color, I just like to balance out the rest of my face with a little bit of that as well. This one I am going to blend in with my Beauty Blender, which I do need to just run under the sink really quickly. Oh my gosh, my makeup between my eyebrows looks terrible. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, so I want to be careful underneath my eyes here with my concealer because I've got my nice sharp liner, powder liner, and I don't want to cover that up with concealer. So once I get this all buffed in, I'm going to come in with my little concealer brush and use that to finish off the blend to get the concealer right up underneath my liner here. With some precision. All right, now comes the powder. You guys know I'd never really vary from my powder selection. I've got my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder in here that I literally use every single day. But I do also have this Hourglass powder that I bought years ago and I didn't end up loving, and so I just keep it for travel because this is very convenient for traveling with. But why don't I go ahead and use this today just for something different. I'll just dip my sponge right in there and we can do a little baking moment. I never bake anymore. Ever. I see people still doing it on TikTok. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like baking looks good on camera, but it doesn't really look good in person. I haven't tried any of the new loose powders. Like, I haven't tried anything new since this one, which is not new at all. And so maybe the new powders are better. And like everyone's using the powder puffs now, which I've never tried that either. So yeah, maybe it's better now, but I don't know. Never been big on baking for like real life, you know? We'll do a little bit of extra powder under the eyes and let it cook. And then I'll switch to my regular powder brush to set the rest of my face. Although this is the color Translucent, I think. It's all scratched off on the bottom, so I don't know for sure, but I'm quite sure I would have only bought it translucent. It's quite brightening, so I was kind of planning on setting my whole face with powder, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I think it's going to make me look ghastly. So I'm just going to set these areas where I don't mind having a little bit of extra dimension. And then, how long are you supposed to bake? I can't stand having that powder under there for too long, so I'm just gonna brush away that bake while I'm at this. And voila. Everything looks really nice and smooth and set and beautiful on camera, but in person my under eyes look quite dry. Although I'm willing to have them look a little bit dry if it's gonna keep my concealer from creasing, so let's keep an eye on that. Okay, so for bronzer, you guys know every day I've been using my Benefit Hoola bronzer. The only other one I think I have that I can use today, let me just make sure, I'm just double checking everything here, Yeah, I think this is the only other bronzer I have. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm palette, and there's a couple of bronzers in here. They're quite cool toned. Especially this one is very gray. It's definitely more of a contour shade. So I'm gonna take this one. It's still quite cool toned, not the best shade for bronzing, but what can you do when you're shopping your stash, right? Take that one there. And bronze with it. You know what? Yeah, it's warm enough. It's got a red base to it, which works for bronzer. Yeah, okay. That works. Beautiful. Add a little bit of that to my cheeks. Ooh, it's dark. Ah, I'm so fair right now. A little bit on the sides of the nose, and then I always do my jaw and my neck. I don't want to bring this too far down my neck because I'm wearing a white shirt. And then this needs a little extra time being blended because it's just so much darker than my skin tone. Ah! But because I'm doing this extra blending, it's gonna bring the bronzer down a little further than I want to, which is fine. We can fix that. I'd rather have it look blended out and then fix it afterwards. Actually, the cool toned bronzer looks really good with the cool toned eyes, doesn't it? This is working out. This is working out really nicely. So as I said, that's brought the bronzer a little bit too far down on my cheek here. So I'm just gonna take my sponge, which has a little bit leftover powder from powdering my face, and I'm gonna use that kind of like an eraser to just clean up those edges. Came down too far this way and too far this way. Okay. We're looking good. This is fun. I'm thinking I want to get my brows filled in. I'm just going to fill in my brows the same way I always do because I don't have different brow products, using the Benefit Goof Proof eyeliner pencil and the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Eyes brow gel, and then we'll be right back. Brows are on. They turned out great. I'm so happy with the way this look is going. It's so funny, when I sat down to film, I was like, ugh, it's gonna take me so long, because it does. It takes forever to film a makeup look like this. But I kind of forgot like how much I love sitting and playing with makeup. Like, what? Anyways, let's keep going. We need some blush, and I'm tempted to go peachy with my blush because I feel like a peachy blush would work nicely with the blue eyeshadow. However, I really have not been liking peach blush on myself ever since my hair has gotten dark. Anytime I try peach blush these days, I just feel like I look off. I look terrible, and yeah, it's all about the cool tone blushes for me lately. So I think we're gonna stick with the cool tone. So we're gonna go full cool tone with the look. So I've got two Charlotte Tilbury brushes. So I've got two Charlotte Tilbury blushes to choose from. You have this one right here, which is called Love Glow, or this one right here, which is Love is the Drug. This one is definitely more intense. It's a real pop of color on the cheek. And I feel like because I've got blue eyeshadow on, maybe I should go a little bit softer with my blush. So let's do Love Glow. Oh my gosh, I've got makeup all over my white shirt. This is why your makeup artist will always show up wearing black, because makeup just gets everywhere. I've been experimenting. Oh, hold on. We just hit pan. Look at that. This is a true moment, you guys. I've had this blush since like 2017 maybe, and we finally hit pan. I'm so excited. I love using up my makeup products. I feel like I may be in the minority with that. Like, people get sad when they use up their stuff, but I have so much makeup that I try not to buy new makeup. Like, I really have to hold myself back from shopping for new makeup, and things like blush are so fun to buy, and I can't let myself buy more blushes because I have so many of them. So the fact that I could use this up. I mean, we just hit pan. There's still so much left and it took me this long to use that much of it, but still, you guys, this is an accomplishment, okay? All right, I'm gonna start with that as blush for now. It's pretty lightly applied. I may do more, but let's just leave it there and then see how everything looks at the end. Okay, I need to finish. My sink just made scary noises. I hope it doesn't continue because I'm trying to film over here. Okay. Yeah, I need to finish my eyes. So I'm debating if I should put blue on the bottom or not. Classy me says don't do it. Do just like a nice neutral color underneath. But like fun me wants to add that blue to the bottom too. And you know what? What is this? This is fun. Like, let's go. Let's go full on with the color. Let's do the blue on the bottom. Before I do any eyeshadow, I'm just gonna line my waterline super quick here with this nude eyeliner from Sephora. I've been doing this every day. I love the look. So far, my under eyes are not creasing at all. Should I be baking every day? I'm learning so much. This is so much fun. Okay, back into the Natasha Denona palette. I'm gonna take the, should I take the darker color that I did the liner with or the lighter color? Let's start with the lighter, more shimmery blue that I have all over the lid. I'm gonna really dust off the excess because I do not want a bunch of fallout getting in all my beautiful, crispy, clean concealer. And I'm gonna run this all the way along my lower lash line. Stunning! Okay. I miss colorful eyeshadow. Why is that happening? Okay, and then just to add a little bit of dimension, I'm gonna go back in with the darkest blue and add a little bit of that as well, right up against the lashes. I'm only gonna take it about halfway across. My sink is making noises. Okay, let me just put on some lower lash mascara. Sorry for the noise in the background. Oh my god. I did get a little bit of blue eyeshadow on top of that white waterline, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Now my waterline is turning all blue instead of all white. Is not what we want. Okay, now we have a baby blue waterline instead of a creamy white one. You know what? That's fine. That's fun. Eyes are done. I love them. I miss color. Bring back colorful eyeshadow. Because the thing is, you guys, it's like, okay, I like it. I should just be able to wear it, right? But if I showed up to your wedding wearing makeup like this, would you trust me to do your wedding makeup? You wouldn't. You would automatically assume that I'm gonna give you a smoky blue eyeshadow look and you wouldn't trust me. And the number one thing that I need from my clients, especially when I've never done their makeup before, is trust. So I can't wear this makeup to work. So when can I wear this makeup? Here with you on YouTube. So thank you for being here because this is so fun. And this is just like so nourishing for my soul, okay? All right, we're almost done. We need a little bit of highlight. I have so many highlighters. I'm also on a highlight ban. I can't buy any more. I'm thinking the one that I haven't used in so long. Okay, I just went to investigate the kitchen. There's nothing I can do. I feel like someone else in a different unit is doing something to their pipes and it's like making my pipes make noise. So I'm so sorry about that noise in the background, you guys. We're gonna keep going. All right, we're on highlight. So Carly Bible, BH Cosmetics. Whoa, throwback. Oh my God, did I buy this in like 2015? 2016? It's been a minute. There are some stunning highlighters in here and I haven't used them in so long. This one right here is like my favorite highlight ever for like that blinding 2016 style highlight. But my skin is so fair right now. I think I'm gonna mix this white, literally white highlight right here with this more pinky one right here. Hopefully it doesn't look scary because I'm putting white on my face. Let's go. Whoa, whoa. Okay, it's very bright, but you know what? I'm here for it. We're just playing, we're having fun. Back in the day, this was the shit. Like if you could get your highlighter to look like that, especially on this fair of skin. Ooh, yes, okay. It needs to be blended, which I am gonna do, but while I'm here, I think I'm gonna take a little bit more of this white and add it right in here. Oh my God, it looks so good. The icy blue. Oh my God. You guys, this is so fun. Okay, and then to just blend out that like kind of hectic highlight a little bit, I'm just gonna take my powder brush and go over top and just tone it down a teeny bit so it's a little bit more modern, you know? And it's definitely kind of covering up the pigment from the blush, so I am gonna add a teeny bit more of my blush. It's so hard for me to choose a lip color. Honestly, I'm tempted to go super nude, like concealer lips nude, because I just think that it would look cool with this look. But I don't even know if I have any lipsticks that color. Do I have... Charlotte Tilbury has one called Nude Kate that I feel like would be perfect. It's like a brownie. Okay, here's Hepburn Honey, which is similar, a little darker. I don't think I own Nude Kate. I have it in my kit, but I don't think I have the actual lipstick. Maybe one of these MAC ones is like a nice nude. No, I decluttered a lot of my lipsticks and I kind of just kept ones that I would normally wear. I think Hepburn Honey is gonna be mostly the vibe that I want. It's just a little bit darker and like a little bit more brown, but I could even lighten it with this NARS kind of glossy lipstick thing that I have, Velvet Lip Glide. That on top might give me the look that I want. So let's start with a little bit of lip liner. Do I have an iconic nude here? I do. Iconic nude, and it's literally engraved from when I used to work in Sephora. When you work in Sephora and you bring makeup into the store, they have to engrave it so that when they do bag checks when you leave, they know that that's your makeup and not makeup that you stole from the store. So I just randomly have products sometimes that have engraving in them. It's like so cute and reminds me of the good old days. Okay, so this is Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna give my lips a quick line, add a little bit of lift and volume on the top there, as I tend to like to do, and then we're gonna go in with Hepburn Honey by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm quite sure this lipstick has a new name now, so I'll leave the new name in the description box where I have all of the products linked down below. Okay, so it's pretty warm. It's warmer than I was expecting. What do we think? I don't know. It might be too dark. I'm so fair right now. Everything comes off so dark. I'm gonna add this NARS on top to try and lighten it and nude it out a bit. Just this product on its own doesn't have enough pigment to get the look that I want, so that's why I'm layering in the first place and not just using this one. Okay, that's definitely better. What do we think? Do I look dead now? Yeah, I don't think that's the one. Okay. Let me try again. Maybe like a baby pink or my same lip that I do every day, my Say lip gloss. Or I'm thinking about all the lip products that I have in my purses. What should I do, guys? I don't know. This is an old MAC lipstick. Look how short it is. I used to love this so much. This is called Hot Gossip. It's like very pink. Kind of a bit metallic. Is pink better? It goes with the blush. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I like it. I'm gonna make the lip liner a little bit pinker and a little bit less brown if I can. And then I'm gonna take this like baby pink lip gloss. This is Portobello Girl from Charlotte Tilbury, and throw this on. Using this Hot Gossip lipstick is such a shop my stash moment. I would never reach for this on a day-to-day basis. And it is so old. Like 10 years at least. Okay. I like the pink. Am I like a full 80s icon with my blue eyeshadow and my pink lipstick? Yeah, probably. But we've modernized the look. And you know what? Who cares? I like it. Okay, my friends, here is the finished look. We shopped my stash to use some old products that I haven't used in so long, literally many, many years. And I think the look came out really fun and really great. And I had so much fun hanging out with you guys and creating it today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And I'll see you in a new video very soon. Bye, guys.